So if you have a blanket or a towel, we're gonna start on a little bit of a roll. So I'm gonna take the long edge of my yoga blanket, the long folded edge, and just take a tiny little roll. And actually you can make the roll as big as you like. I don't like it too big personally, but if you like a bigger back bend, you're welcome to take a bigger roll here. So you'll take the blanket across the width of the mat, and then you're gonna roll or lay back so that roll is underneath the low part of the rib cage. So you're in this little back bend. If you don't have a prop, you can just lay flat. And then once you lay back, you can decide if you like to have your legs straight or knees bent, soles of the feet flat. And the arms will just sort of splay out to the sides. I know for me, when I lay back in a little back bend like this, sometimes it takes several breaths just to allow my body to soften and settle in. So that might happen to you too, where you lay back, you need to wiggle a little bit, take a couple breaths just to allow your body to accept that shape of that little back bend. Just notice what that feels like for the chest to spread open and the shoulders to drop back. And just take an inhale through your nose. And then exhale through your nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. And then inhale through the nose. And this time exhale out the mouth, let everything soften. And then just reach your arms up by your ears, give yourself a stretch. And then bring the arms back down by the sides. If you have something underneath you, you can just roll to the side, remove the towel or the blanket, take that off to the side. And then just come flat onto your back again. Any shape with the legs that feels good. Just take several breaths here with your spine in this neutral position. And then reach your arms by your ears again. Maybe extend the legs if they're not straight. And then hug your knees towards your chest. And just have a little bit of time here with the knees hugged in to move. So maybe you circle the knees or rock side to side. And then keep the knees bent. Just drop your feet down to the mat. And then if you have a strap, just reach for your strap. And we'll take the right foot into the strap and extend the right leg up towards the ceiling. If you don't have a strap, you just have the hands behind the thigh. And then take this strap into the right hand, take your left arm to a T. We're gonna actually move both legs out to the side. So the right leg will go to the right as you open your left knee to the left, kind of like you're opening your legs like a book. And then bring them back to center. So the left knee is pointing up and the right foot is pointing up. We'll do it a couple more times. Open the legs out to the side. And then bring them back up to center. And open them to the side. And back up to center. And then open them up to the side, this time pausing there. And then bring both legs back to center. Take the right foot out of the strap. You can just bend the right knee, sole of the foot to the mat. And then take the left foot into the strap and extend the left leg up. And take the strap into the left hand, right arm to a T. And then take the left leg to the left, open the right knee to the right. So both knees open out, or legs open out to the side, and then bring it back to center. And then open them up. And back to center. Open them up. And back to center. And then open them up, this time holding there. And then draw the legs back up to center. You can take your strap to the side, just hug both knees in towards the chest. And then make your way up to seated. So you can roll straight up or take yourself over to the side. Just come to a cross-legged position. And then from there, we'll just take a twist over to the right. So right fingertips behind you, left hand to outside of thigh. And then keep the twist in the torso. Just turn your head back forward and tilt your left ear towards your left shoulder. And then bring your head back to neutral. Just unwind the torso, bring it through center so you can twist over to the left. Start with the gaze to the left. And then turn your head back forward, tilt your right ear towards your right shoulder. And then lift your head back to neutral. Just unwind your torso, lean back so you can change the cross of the legs, bring the opposite shin in front. And then reach the arms up by the ears. Take your right hand, reach for your left wrist, and then reach up through the left fingertips, take a side bend over to your right. And then come through center, release that wrist, change sides, left hand to right wrist. Reach up through the right fingertips, take a side bend to the left. And then come back up, release the arms, take them by the sides, take some shoulder rolls up and back. And then the opposite direction. And then just bring your hands to your heart. We'll take some wrist circles here. So take your fingers forward and down, backs of hands together, fingers towards you and up. Palms together, fingers away and down. I think I said that wrong the first time. Backs of hands together, fingers towards you and up. And then start to make some circles just on your own. And then opposite direction. And then from there, make your way up into tabletop. Once you're in tabletop, start to take some movement on your own, cat-cow, or some movement of the hips. And then after your next breath, just make your way back into child's pose. And then come back up to tabletop. Take your right leg up and back behind you so it's parallel to the mat. And then if you want, left arm will go up by the ear. So opposite leg, opposite arm. And then take an inhale there. Exhale, knee to elbow or knee to nose. Inhale, extend it out. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, extend it out. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, extend it out. Hold it there. And then if you want, take your right leg to the right and your left arm to the left. So they're going in opposite directions. Yeah, and then bring them back through center. Lower them to tabletop and wiggle your hips side to side. And then come to stillness, take the left leg up and back. Maybe the right arm is by the ear. Take an inhale there. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, extend it out. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, extend it out. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, extend it out. Maybe the left leg goes to the left, right arm goes to the right. And then bring them back through center. Lower them to tabletop, wiggle your there, you could sit back to child's pose for a breath or make your way to down dog. We'll meet in down dog. Once you're there, taking some movement. And then walk your feet forward to your hands, forward fold front of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then just holding down dog when you get there. And walk your feet forward to your hands, forward fold front of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step to plank. Take an inhale and plank. Exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale for cobra, lift head and shoulders. And exhale, lower down, press through tabletop to downward facing dog. Walk your feet forward to your hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step to downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up and back. Exhale the foot between the hands. Inhale, crescent arms up by the ears. Exhale, hands frame the foot, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, foot between the hands. Inhale, crescent arms up. Exhale, hands frame the foot, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward into plank. Exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale for cobra. And exhale, lower down, press through tabletop to downward facing dog. Walk your feet forward to your hands, forward fold front of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, sit back for chair this time. Bend the knees, take the arms by the ears. Just pause there, take a couple breaths. And then fold forward, straighten your legs. Lift up halfway, lengthen your chest forward. And then plant your hands, just step back to downward facing dog. And then from down dog, take your right leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, drop the back knee down, and bring your arms up by your ears so you're in a low lunge. And bring your hands down to frame your front foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee so you're in a lunge. And then twist the torso to the right, reach the right arm up. And then bring your right hand to the mat. Spin your left heel to the mat. Cartwheel your arms up. Come all the way to reverse triangle. So straighten your right leg. Take your right arm up and back. And then cartwheel your hands down to frame your front foot. Just step straight back to downward facing dog. And then take your left leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, drop the back knee down, and bring the arms up by the ears for your low lunge. And then bring the hands down to frame the front foot, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and then twist your torso to the left, reach your left arm up for the twist. And then bring your left hand to the mat, spin your right heel to the mat. Cartwheel your arms, come all the way up, reverse triangle, straighten your left leg, left arm up and back. And then cartwheel your hands down to frame your front foot. Step yourself back to plank. And then lower all the way to your belly. And then extend your arms down by your sides. Your fingertips are reaching to the back of the mat. And then lift everything up, head, shoulders, arms, and legs for locust. And then lower everything down, bring the palms next to the sides of the rib cage. Press yourself through tabletop to downward facing dog. Take your right leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, spin the back heel down, warrior two this time. Cartwheel your arms up to a T. And then straighten your right leg. Start to reach forward, hinge into triangle pose. And you can keep your left arm reaching towards the ceiling. If you like, the left arm can go by the ear. Sometimes I think that feels nice, a little length in that left side of the body. And if the arm is by the ear, just reach it back towards the ceiling. Bring yourself back up to warrior two. And then cartwheel your hands down to frame your right foot and walk your hands to the left halfway and spin your feet parallel. Just keep your hands under your shoulders here. Keep the right hand planted. Twist the torso to the left. Reach your left arm up. And then bring the left hand back to the mat. Twist to the right arm up. And then bring the right hand back to the mat. Walk your hands back to frame your front foot for a lunge, so to the right. And then step yourself back to downward facing dog. And then take the left leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, spin the back heel down, warrior two. And then straighten the left leg, reach forward, hinge into triangle pose. Maybe the right arm stays towards the ceiling. Maybe you want to take the right arm by the ear. As the arm is by the ear, just reach it back towards the ceiling. Bring yourself back up to warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down to frame your left foot for a lunge, and then walk your hands to the right halfway and spin your feet parallel. So wide leg forward fold again, this time just holding in the fold. So if you want to walk your hands back towards your feet and hinge forward, you can do that. And walk your hands forward back under your shoulders. Walk the hands to the left to frame the front foot for a lunge. And step yourself back to downward facing dog. And walk your feet forward to your hands. Forward fold at the front of your mat. On your inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. And then just take your hands behind you. Place your palms on your low back with your fingers spinning down. Just do a really gentle standing camel here. So draw the shoulder blades and the elbows towards each other. Lift the center of the chest. Gaze can go towards the ceiling if it feels okay on the neck, or you can just keep the gaze forward. And then just come all the way back upright. Release your arms by your side so you're in mountain pose. And then take an inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step to plank. Take an inhale in plank. Exhale, lower to your belly, and then take your arms by your sides again, or if you want, you can interlace your fingers behind the back for a clasp and lift everything up for locust, head, shoulders, arms, and legs. And then lower everything down. Bring your hands by the sides of your rib cage so you can press through tabletop to downward facing dog. And take your right leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, spin the back heel down, warrior two, cartwheel your arms up. And then from there, bring your right forearm to your thigh, left arm by the ear, extended side angle. And then just reach your top arm towards the ceiling. And you can come into half moon if you want. So right hand to mat or block, left leg up and back. And then take your time, come into warrior two. And then cartwheel your hands down to frame your front foot. Go straight to downward facing dog. You have one breath in down dog. And then take your left leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, spin the back heel down, warrior two. And then left forearm to thigh, right arm by the ear, extended side angle. And then reach your right arm towards the ceiling and make your way into half moon pose. Left hand to mat or block, right leg. Nice and easy back to your warrior two. And then cartwheel your hands down to frame your front foot. Step back to downward facing dog. And then walk your hands and your feet towards each other, forward fold at the center of your mat. Spin your heels in and your toes out. And then bend your knees, come into Malasana or your yogi squat, hands to heart. And then bring the hands down, straighten the legs, lift the hips. Walk the feet hips distance and parallel, and then walk yourself into downward facing dog. And take your right leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands. Excuse me, come up into crescent. I felt that sneeze coming for a little bit. So arms up by the ears for crescent pose. And then bring your hands down to your heart. Lengthen your chest forward. Come into warrior three. Take your left leg up and back. And then keep hinging forward, standing splits. Bring your hands down to the mat. Take the left leg up and back. And just bring your left foot down to meet your right foot. So you're in a standing forward fold. Take an inhale, lift the torso halfway. And exhale, plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. And then take your left leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands and come up into crescent, reach your arms up. And then bring your hands down to your heart. Lengthen your chest forward, come into warrior three. And then from there, just keep hinging forward, hands to the mat, right leg up and back, standing split. And then bring your right foot to meet your left foot, forward fold. Take an inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, step back to downward facing dog. This is the last down dog. If you want one more vinyasa, you can inhale for plank. Exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then drop your knees, hips to heels, child's pose. And come up to tabletop. And walk your hands towards your knees so you can lift your chest and come to kneeling. We'll just take a gentle camel pose here. So palms of the hands to the low back, fingertips spinning down. Take an inhale, lift the center of the chest. And exhale, just a really easy back bend, like you're going up and over a beach ball. Maybe the gaze goes up. And then come just upright with the shoulders. Sit the hips back to the heels. Hands can just rest on the thighs. Close your eyes and take a couple breaths. And then just take a really gentle twist of the torso to the right. And then unwind that and twist the torso just really gently over to the left. And then unwind the torso. You can take your hips off to the side so you can bring your feet around and come to a comfortable cross-legged position. And then take your arms out to a T. Take your right arm over your left arm. Give yourself a hug. Maybe you close your eyes, just pause there. And you can stay in the hug, or you can bring your backs of your hands together or palms together for your eagle arms. And then unwind your arms, take them out to a T. Actually draw the hands just behind the shoulders so you get a little back bend there. And then change sides, left arm over right arm. Start with the hug. And then maybe backs of hands together or palms together if you'd like. And then unwind that, just take your arms to a T one more time. And then lower the arms down, take a couple of shoulder rolls. And then soften the shoulders, just tuck the chin towards the chest. Roll the right ear over to the right shoulder, take a breath there. And then chin to chest, left ear, left shoulder. And then chin to chest, lift the head to neutral. Unwind your legs and bring them in front of you so you can make your way onto your back. So we'll meet on the back, knees hugged in towards the chest. And just pause there once you get there. And then cross your right thigh over your left thigh. So thighs are fully crossed like you're sitting in a chair. Hands can be behind the thighs to pull them towards the chest, or you can take the hands to outer edges of the feet. And then just unwind that, change sides, left thigh over right. And then unwind that, just hug both knees towards the chest again. Take your arms to a T and just let the legs fall to the right for a simple twist. And draw the legs through center, drop them to the other side. And bring them back to center, either hugging the knees in or coming into happy baby. And then if you're in happy baby, hug your knees towards your chest. Give yourself a hug. And then release that. Make your way into Shavasana. Find a place to rest. Start to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Circle your ankles and your wrists. Reach your arms by your ears. Nice big stretch. And then roll off to one side. Pause there, eyes closed. Please be gentle with yourself. You have already been through so much. Press into your top hand, make your way up to a comfortable seat, eyes closed, hands at the heart. You know, we were talking at the beginning of class how life is starting to return to a little bit more normal, and I think it's going to take all of us some time to just adjust to that. It's been such a strange year, so be gentle with yourself, give yourself compassion and kindness as we all navigate what is going to be a new normal for us. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.